Have you ever wondered if the order of functions in your Python script really matters? It's a common question among programmers, and today we're going to dive into it. I totally get it. You write a function, and then you write another one that calls it. But does it matter which one you wrote first? You're not alone in this confusion. Many developers have faced the same dilemma. Let's take a closer look at a specific example. One user asked, if I have two functions, SumNumbers and printSum, does the order in which I write them affect how they work? This is a great question, and it's time to find out. To understand this, we need to know how Python handles function definitions. When you define a function, Python stores it in memory. So if you try to call a function that hasn't been defined yet, you'll run into an error. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to structure your Python scripts for success. To answer the user's question, we first need to understand how Python handles function definitions. In Python, functions must be defined before they are called. In the user's example, the function printSum calls SumNumbers. If printSum is defined before SumNumbers, the code will still work because both functions are defined in the same scope. However, if the user were to call printSum before it is defined, Python would raise a name error. This means the order does matter when calling functions. In summary, while the order of function definitions does not affect the ability to call them if they are defined in the same scope, the order of calls does matter. Always define functions before calling them. Fun fact, the first programming languages were much less forgiving than Python. Imagine writing a line of code and having to start all over just because of a misplaced function. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. According to another user, the order of function definitions in a Python script does not matter. For example, they show that you can define a function called display, which prints the result of another function called text, and it will work regardless of the order. However, the user points out that the order of function calls is important. If you try to call display before defining it, you'll encounter an error. So to answer the question, yes, the order of functions does matter in Python. Always define your functions before you call them to avoid errors. And there you have it. Now you know how to structure your Python scripts effectively. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more programming tips and tricks.